Jonathan has his own microphone in his hand.
Look at that, right? Very professional. I always like jumping in the rooms when people are laughing. I feel like I just stumbled into a party. Hello?
It's because Trixie keeps showing the picture of the RuPaul Christmas ornament.
Yeah, you have to show it. Show it.
Oh, I saw Trixie's Twitter. I saw this.
Listen, I think we all need to have a little joy in our life, and that brings me joy.
That mouth.
That mouth. Those teeth.
It's just the jankiest. But it's
you know what though? It's still kind of RuPaul. Some drag queens not even on their best day.
Exactly.
Where do we order it, Trixie?
I legitimately bought 12, so don't ask me what to do.
I saw
There's
that.
no more left. I bought them all.
And Rue's having fun with it, so we're all having fun.
Oh, we're living for it.
Exactly. This show is sensational. I had such a good time watching it. I've been waiting for it to come out for weeks. I guess it's still not officially out, but seeing the promos, it lives up to all of that. So congrats, y'all.
When you sat down to watch it, did you know what you were sitting down to watch, or were you surprised?
I knew it was going to be sort of like Eurovision-esque, but I was surprised at how much like heart was involved, how much we get into these queens' stories. It was really, really exciting for me in that way in particular, you know?
Good.
Can I ask this too? Did the level of singing kind of blow your mind?
It did. It really did. I mean, that performance of Wrecking Ball wrecked me. And a lot of them were just really on the next level. I think a lot of people coming into the show maybe thought, okay, drag queens, so it'll be like a cabaret thing. They'll be kind of all right. But oh my God. And they're singing in female keys too.
Oh yeah.
Original female keys.
Exactly. I can't do that. Crazy.
I can't do it either.
Michelle sings in male registers now.
Exactly. This is obviously such a huge opportunity for a lot of queens who come from, like in the promo, that queen from India, where, drag is maybe shunned a bit more than it is here. What was it like? Was it sort of super emotional watching them get to do their thing in front of millions of people?
Besides shunned, it's dangerous. Yeah. I mean, she talked about the danger that you could feel the trepidation with her telling her story, Ronnie. So it was, that's where the heartfelt moments come in, where you think about not only is this something that's a breakthrough for her career and her life, but the danger that she has to not only deal with on a day-to-day basis, but what she'll have to face when she goes back.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it also reminds you, there's places in the United States where if I walk down the street like this, I could be in actual physical danger.
Yeah.
And that's the US. So when you compare that to like the situation of somebody who's singing from India, it's like, oh my God, it really reminds you to be grateful of the fact that a show like this can feature talent like this.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's could be this great new chapter, right? I feel like I was watching this show and I was like, we could see a drag queen with like the #1 song in America outside of Miss Mattel. Hello.
Absolutely, we could.
Yeah, so it's super, super exciting to see you all bring that level of production value. And I was also kind of shocked by, I was like, oh, it's a performance show, so these queens are going to be in bodysuits. But they were like, we're giving like full glamour. It was really, really impressive in that way.
Some of them are, yes.
Listen, well, you go to a drag show, you're always going to see a bodysuit. Everybody knows it's my pet peeve.
I sure do.
It's
I should
really
know that.
What you do with the bodysuit. If you're going to wear a bodysuit, do something to make it not look like a bodysuit.
Exactly.
Green, surgery.
Yeah, it was incredible. I didn't see any green so far though, so that's pretty cool.
Well, stay tuned.
Just you wait.
It is funny as judges, I think Leona included, we do all have sort of some things where we are like a dog we just love it instantly, and some things that we're like,
yeah.
So, we all have our wire hangers. Let's just say that.
We do, but I think everybody does in life. There's people who, like me, loathe tomatoes, and people who will eat them like apples. So not everything floats everybody's boat.
Absolutely. Listen, this is kind of an abstract question, but everybody on the panel has musical experience and has experienced musical success. Are y'all gonna drop an album? Would you?
Wow, we were just talking about doing a performance together, but an album I never thought of. Could we be the new Seduction?
Exactly. Listen,
I mean, we can barely get Leon on the same Zoom.
I know. She's running from us. She's like, oh God,
like us
pretty loud now.
Off the band.
It's like, I'm the nice one. I don't want to be associated with them.
Oh my God. That's amazing. I mean, I think one of the big selling points for this show, what is the judging panel, right? Like the chemistry that all you all could have potentially had before we saw the show. And that you're all Drag Race alums in some kind of way. Is it as fun as it looks on set?
Oh my goodness, we had such a good time. We got to film it in London, and our dressing rooms were right next to each other. So I just kind of come barging in everyone's dressing rooms, and we talk and we take pictures outside. And it was so well run. And listen, I've done many TV shows that are not well run. I'm sure Vanessa could attest to it. So it was so nice to be on a show that when they said be ready at this time, they were ready to go at that time.
Yeah.
We did it. It was easy, it was big, it was beautiful, great audience. The audience was so entertained. It was a live audience. Everyone COVID tested, everything was done safely. And it just felt really well run. And the only thing I can say is if we go into series 2, let's have 10 episodes, please, because 6 is so short.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, without being able to give away too much, are there any particular moments from this show that really stand out for y'all? Like things we should be waiting for?
Oh, that's so hard to say without giving anything away. But
I know.
Say, honey, there are many that are going to blow your mind. Just when you think your mind can't get blown anymore, these kids pull it out. They pull it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to watch too, because some are maybe more beautiful to look at than others, but some are stronger performers, but some are extreme vocal technicians. And so we're also, I mean, you'll be at home judging your own judging panel in your living room, being like, I don't know, I was gagging for that, not that. Because we're splitting wig hairs. These people are all fabulous artists, or they wouldn't be there.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, there's certainly nobody I saw where I was like, this should have been like an American Idol audition, like first rounder kind of thing.
There's none of them. There's really none of them.
None.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they listened to the advice episode after episode. They listened. You could see them soaking it in. And the next time we saw them on stage, they'd listened to all the adjustments and got better. So they're really soaking it in.
I love that. And Trixie, I remember you critiqued the second queen that we see on the first episode for her tights. Does she address the ripped tights?
Well, she hasn't written me an apology letter. Still waiting. But you know what? I've competed in, whether you like it or not, to hear what you need to hear to improve. And there's a lot of weird things like being on television that you don't think about, like body makeup or ripped tights and stuff that at a smoky drag gig, no one notices or cares about. But we're talking about a high-powered singing competition where someone might win $250,000.
And nobody wants to hear it when they're up there, honestly. And Trixie could back this up. When you're up there, you think you want to hear the criticism, and then you hear it and you're like, I didn't want to. Think you want to hear the criticism, and then you hear it and you're like, I didn't want to hear that because it hurt.
Yeah.
It hurts to tell me, but it's how you, in this business is not kind. This business is not nice. You have to take what you get and do something with it, or else what's the point? So when these kids go back, like Vanessa said, and they put it to use, that's where the magic happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I was also watching and I was thinking, wow, $250,000 prize. I feel like some drag race queens are like pissed, right?
It's a different network. It's a different show, but you could say that about season. I started season 3, but you can go back to season 1 of RuPaul's Drag Race, what the prize was. It's right. Just, time ticks on, and, productions are different. It's a different show, but yeah, it's a massive prize.
I'm not mad.
There's blood coming out of your eyes. That's amazing. Well, congrats y'all on an amazing show. It looks incredible. Everybody sounds incredible. And I'm just so thrilled that this is in the world right now,
Oh,
hey.
Thank you.
Drag is pop culture. Drag is pop culture. Mm-hmm.
We're here.
You, Jonathan.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Well, hello. How are you all?
We're good.
It is so lovely to meet you. I've been watching you both on television forever. This is so wild to me. It's surreal. I didn't expect to feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So the show is phenomenal. It's I think it's exactly what everybody wanted when we heard, drag queen singing competition. It's a lot of emotion. The looks are incredible. I think I worried that the looks were going to be just like performance looks, but they really brought it. You know what I'm saying? Oh. I'm kind of curious. I mean, I kind of think I know, but I'm curious what you all think. What do you think drag queens bring to like a singing competition show that we haven't seen before?
Oh, it's like another level of entertainment and just like a different layer, especially drag queens using their own voices. I do know queens that do use their own voices, of course, and some incredible talents, but this show just, I feel like, brought things to a whole new level. The drag was so on point. Some of the vocals were just so stunning. And remember, we're working with male vocals that are singing female songs. A lot of them sang female songs, so it's just so impressive to watch them, and also to see the amount of work that they've put into their vocals. Like, as a vocalist, it is a lot of work, but these queens, like, they literally took it to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think people expect that drag queens are going to be these like, and they are, you know, these fierce warriors and da da da, and you know, and they wear their drag like armor, but they also all wear their hearts on their sleeves. That, you know, you tap into emotion so quickly, whether it be in the songs, whether it be in the chats, whether it be in the outfits. That's the thing that I think elevates this from another singing competition. Is there's something weirdly emotional about it. I still don't understand it, but I know it's true. I know that you just get emotionally invested incredibly quickly.
Yeah, I feel that exact same way, and that's a really good point because I can't always put my finger on it either. But like the first contestant that we see, Greg Queen, I'm immediately like, I'm rooting for you, girl. You know, like actually every single one that appears, I'm like, I want you to win. No, I want you to win. No, I want you to win. And what an incredible singer she was. Graham, I you know, you're the commentator for Eurovision forever. How does this show sort of compare to that?
Well, there are kind of lovely links, obviously. You know, it's international singing competition. And the other kind of, the other thing that it reminded me of was, you know, because both shows are, on the face of it, silly. They're just, you know, lights, flashing lights and feathers and outfits and songs and choreography. And everyone has a great time. And it's just a proper entertainment. But as with Eurovision, this show also has something, I don't know, slightly deeper going on behind it, because you are celebrating performers from countries where they're not free to perform, or it's much harder for them to perform. And it was lovely to see them walking out on this stage, onto a world stage, to being celebrated. And so I think that can also happen on Eurovision. You see a kind of a similar thing. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and to get the chance to, you know, win $250,000 too. That's
It doesn't matter who you are. That was a lot of money.
that's I know the Drag Race queens are like, come on, you know.
I think there were drag race dudes who didn't enter, and then they found out. They were like, "What?"
I was like, I'm going to enter. Can I be part of this?
Exactly. I need to learn how to do some drag. Leona, how does it feel to be returning to a competition? You know, after a show launched your career.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this. You know, I've been on the other side of the judging panel, obviously done a show, did the X Factor. So it gave me a huge platform. I know what kind of platform this can be for someone. It can literally be life-changing. And seeing those queens up there and just thinking about, wow, where they're going to end up after this show, how they can take this and really just go to the moon with it. So I was excited to be a part of that.
That's amazing. Yeah, and you can give such, you know, specific guidance too, because I'm sure it's such a mind meld. I'm trying to avoid the word mind. It's a real mind trip to be on a show like this. So
it truly is, and like a lot of these queens also came from some of them came from their bedroom, performing in their bedroom. Some of them have not performed in a long time because of the pandemic. So it was really throwing them in the deep end, but they managed to step up.
Amazing. Yeah. And, you know, Trixie Mattel is a judge on this panel, obviously, and she's found a lot of success in music. I love her new song. Do you think the world is ready for like a Taylor Swift level chart topping drag queen? Do you think we can get that?
I feel like what I was looking for in this show is someone that could win it and go on to be on mainstream radio and be a mainstream artist. If we can achieve that in this show in some capacity, I feel like it would be pretty incredible.
I love that. What do you think, Graham?
Well, weirdly, I didn't go into this show thinking that at all. I just thought, oh, we'll find a drag star, a singing drag star. How great. But by the end of the show, yeah, I'm on board. I think there are drag queens in here who will have careers, yes, as drag queens, but as proper recording artists that will be on the radio, because I think you can just see a fan base gathering behind them, and I was really my expectations were confounded by the quality of because they're not sort of drag turns, they're performers, they're proper artists who work through the medium of drag and through singing.
Yeah, and drag, I feel like drag artists get fan bases that are a lot more passionate sometimes. Like, I've always thought about how drag race queens sell more records a lot of times than the Voice contestants or something like that. It's so I think this could really be a game changer. Anyway, I'm getting excited. So I think one of the things that really stands out about the show is, I think I mentioned it earlier, the judges panel. As soon as I saw who was like on the panel, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so freaking cool. What was it like on set? Like, was it as fun as it seems?
Well, I had fun, let me tell you. I was living my life. I loved pushing all the looks, seeing all the looks, getting inspired by the looks. Literally, some of the queens came out. I was like, I want that outfit. I want that outfit. Like, I was so impressed. I was in my element. I don't know about you, Graham, but I was.
Yeah, how are you feeling, Graham?
I was a really love, and I know Michelle quite well because of Drag Race, and I've met you, Leona. But it was fun to meet everybody and hang out. Our dressing rooms were all in a long corridor, so we'd kind of hang out there and kind of gossip about who'd been good, who hadn't been so good. It is a competition. Let's not pretend.
Amazing. Okay.
Some of them don't have great nights, but
right. Exactly. I felt so bad. The second queen's name, I forget the second queen's name, but her tights were ripped. She had this great performance, and they were like, "Your tights are ripped." Yeah. And I was like, just like, got to pay attention, I guess.
That. The unintentional rip. I remember that.
The rip heard around the world. So sad. All right, that's my time, y'all. I really appreciate you all making the time. Congrats on an amazing show.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of it. Honestly, it gets better and better. You've just seen episode 1, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, honestly, it builds and builds. It's incredible.
Okay, amazing. I can't wait.
Thank you.
All right, nice.
Thanks, y'all.